So in this lecture, you're going to have your aha moment. You're going to have the eureka moment. You're going to figure it out all because you've been watching phase number 2 and you've been trying to figure out what the hell is this guy telling me. If you're a beginner, you would have probably got that thought. But trust me, this lecture is going to clear it all out because I am going to give you one of my profitable trading systems, one of my profitable trading strategies which work and which I am personally using to make thousands of dollars. And I'm going to share a trade I took myself with you to show that it works. Let's get to the screen. So here I've written down my entire trading system. Let's go through it and read. So if you remember what you've learned in phase number 1, you need to figure out your technicals, you need to figure out your instruments, you need to figure out your personality, you need to figure out the timings, and based on all of that, you need to figure out your execution, you need to figure out your risk management. And once you combine all of that, this is something what you get. This is what it should look like, right? So let's get to the screen and read. So the first step is to find support and resistance levels on gold with a top-down approach. Once you analyze and to do a top-down analysis, you should develop a bias. Developing a bias basically means understanding whether you're going to go long or whether you're going to go short on that particular day. Developing a bias is extremely important because if you trade without a bias, you're going to be confused and you will not be able to do both. Draw zones on 1 hour time frame and 30-minute time frames. Execution zones on 15-minute and 5-minute. This basically means that the zones where I'm going to actually execute my trades are going to be drawn on 5 minutes and 15-minute time frame. Trade only pre-London, which is 11:30 a.m. IST to 1:30 p.m. IST. So I've defined my timings very specifically, very well. If there is no volume in pre-London, then wait for London or else call it a day. If there is no volume in the pre-London session, I will wait for the London session or else I will stop trading for that particular day, because this is going to give me a next level of peace of mind because I don't have to worry about what the hell is going on in the New York session. I have defined specifically my timings for the day. If I get a trade during that time, perfect. If I don't, I should not care, because unlike most of you guys who don't follow a trading system, you are in front of the fucking screens all day like a freaking nerd and you forget to live life. You're not going to become a profitable trader like that. You need to specify your timings, and that's why it's so important. Execute trades on break of structure in 5-minute or 15-minute candle close, whichever is stronger. This basically means that once a 5-minute or 15-minute zone breaks, I get a candle closing, I will execute my trades. Target the next price rejection. Minimum 1:2 risk to reward ratio should be there. Trade stop loss to break even at 1:1 risk to reward ratio. Stop loss above previous 15-minute candle. If price permits, then above current 15-minute candle. So this basically means that my stop loss is going to be above the previous 15-minute candle. If price permits, if the stop loss is too large, then I will keep my stop loss above the current 15-minute candle. So let's go to the charts and actually see this in action. So here we are at the charts. Now, straight up looking at the daily time frame, I can see there's a support. On the 4-hour time frame, I can see that gold is in a downtrend, which is lower highs and lower lows. Quickly analyzing the 1-hour time frame, I can see a resistance right here. If you're worried how am I marking these zones so quickly, I've been doing this shit for 6 years. Don't worry. The more you practice, the better you'll get and the faster you'll get. So don't worry about that. On the 30-minute, okay, on the 15-minute, I can see that the price is sitting at resistance. What time is it? It's around 8 a.m. in the morning. So let's wait for price to form a structure. Alright, so I can see that there is a small support region right here. So if price breaks the support region, that would be a break of structure as well as a break of support zone. And that would confirm a reversal, or I would rather say that would confirm a continuation in the downtrend, as from all the higher time frames, gold is in a downtrend. So this is my execution zone on the 15-minute right there. If this zone breaks, let me just refine it there. This would be the perfect zone because there's this candle has a wick over there and we don't want to entry early into a particular trade and then get stuck. So let's go down to the 15-minute candle, and like I said, if a 15-minute candle or a 5-minute candle closes below this particular zone and it closes nicely, we will enter. Our stop loss is going to be above the previous 15-minute candle and our target is going to be the next rejection level. So the next rejection level is clearly this. This is the next rejection level, right? So this is something that our trade should look like. So let's wait for the market to give us a trade. So the price is coming down. Price went back up again. So now this is a very good confirmation. If you actually look at it, the more the price bounces away from a support, the faster it will break the next time if it actually breaks. So we are going to just have to wait patiently for this support region to break. There we go. But the candle didn't close. So let's say you entered on this particular candle which has closed below this support region. So let's take a short position right here. The stop loss would be above the previous 15-minute candle, which is this, and the target would be the next rejection level. Let's say for safety, I would say 2312. That's a risk reward ratio of 1:3. Let's see how the trade plays out. So the trade straight up smashes into that take profit, and that's exactly what happened with me. I made $6,300 on this particular trade. Here's the proof, here's the screenshot, here's the execution following this exact system. So my friend, here is how simple it is actually to build a trading system if you know exactly what you're supposed to build, if you know exactly what you're supposed to focus on. If you want to copy my system and trade it, you be my guest. I shared it with you for a reason. Now, I hope you have a very clear-cut idea in terms of what exactly you're supposed to do in terms of building a system, what it should look like. But the most important thing, see, I know most of you are going to copy the system, are going to try to trade it, but the real game is not in the system. The real game is over here, and the real game is how you do it with how much discipline. I follow this with 100% discipline, with 100% dedication, and I follow all my rules strictly. That's why I'm able to trade profitably. Doesn't mean that you will also be profitable by this, because I don't know how disciplined you are and how strictly you follow your rules. So don't run after this. Yes, it does work, it does make money, but you should run after the concept that I've taught you. I've taught you how to fish. Don't run after the fish. You should know how to fish. You should focus on how to actually build a system and take inspiration from this. Use this as an inspiration, use this as a reference. Don't take this and try to run away into the market and try to become a millionaire. That's not going to work, because this is just a small piece of information from my side. This is just for your reference. It does work, I'm not denying that, but I hope you get the larger picture. I hope you get the point. If you want to become a successful trader, you need to become independent. You don't need to be dependent on me and my methods, at least for the rest of your life.